he never ever called me. He would only call me on a Friday after 1 a.m. in the morning.
This is our love story. This is our journey.
Hey guys, welcome to another weekly episode of Our Love Journey.
It's so great to be back, guys. We're so thankful. We came back last week with our first episode for season 3, and you guys just really supported it so much.
Yeah.
It was literally just trending everywhere.
I think more than that, just the conversation, everybody
Yeah.
kind of contributing, and conversations are really, really healthy.
Yeah, I mean, it also, obviously, it encourages us to continue to do this because we know that we are talking about things that you guys obviously care about.
Yeah, things that matter.
Yeah, so it's very important for us. And yeah, we're just really, really thankful.
So our review from last week is from Essential by Mbali, and she says, playing wifey, and she gave us 5 stars. Thank you so much for everybody who's reviewed. It really helps us reach other people. And she says, this content is great. And thank you, Mpoomy, for sharing the part of playing wife for someone who is not your husband. I'm currently doing a lot for the father of my kids too, but we're not married and it's tiring. Now I know what to do.
Sure.
Hectic.
Yeah. I saw a lot of comments about that particular part. I think a lot of women were set free by that.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I think girls, we deserve a whole lot better.
Yeah, no, I feel like as guys, sometimes we take advantage. And yeah, I'm
glad. But you were honest about it. She even said, Gucci, like a guy will take what they give it.
Yes, you know, as guys, we don't like to argue or fight for izinto. So if you're willing to do stuff,
listen,
it's like, okay, go ahead.
And to get into today's topic, I think it kind of flows into it. And today's topic,
I feel like you actually planned this.
Sort of.
You picked this topic based on this review.
Well, it was part of the suggested topics.
Okay.
And getting this review, it means clearly it's a thing. And also because I have a story about it. So I felt like, you know what, it's really important. Today's topic is my relationship real or a waste of time?
Sure.
Should I give my story time?
Let's go for it.
Okay, my story time. So I was dating this guy.
Not me.
Not Brendan. I was dating this guy and I really liked him, guys. I thought, yo, and he was nice when I was with him. And that's it. Only when I was with him was he nice. And then, but I thought the relationship was serious because he would call me his girl. He was Zulu, so he'd be like, umgami. Like he'd use all these Zulu phrases and all of that stuff. So I was convinced. And then he moved to Joburg and I was still in Middelburg. And he wouldn't, and it was mixed days. It was mixed days. Yeah. And
good time.
He would log on Mixit, not tell me he's logging on Mixit, and not talk to me on Mixit. And then I'd ask him like, hi, you're on Mixit, why wouldn't you say? And he'd be like, no, I left my phone on Mixit and I was sleeping. So I'm like, okay. And I'd let it slide. And then he never called me and he worked. I think I have shared the story, but for those who haven't heard, he never ever called me. He would only call me on a Friday after 1 a.m. in the morning. And then every time, and you know what's the dumbest thing? I answered every Friday and I'd like be like, I don't understand. Like, why don't you call me during the week? Like, what kind of relationship? And he's like, no, man, I need to be more secure. So he made it seem like I'm the problem. Like, I'm insecure. That he's working during the week. So he'd be like, no, because he's a musician. He works during the week.
So I'm a musician.
Babe, please. That's not the topic. And to a point where I went to an open day at school this one time at UJ. No, it was a Wits one or a UJ one. And I was supposed to meet up with him because I'm going to Joburg. I'm going to see my man. Did the guy not make me wait the whole day? And he never showed up. Sure. And anyway, I continued dating him. I don't know what made me realize this is not working, but I thought I ignored every single red flag and I thought, you know what, this is my guy. And obviously he was not interested. Yeah. Do you have a story time before we hop
about
on?
a real I do actually, but my story time is too deep. So I think let's work to
No,
yours.
share a little bit.
No, they're too different also.
Okay.
So I think yours is a great example.
Okay.
That I think we can both put our inputs on.
Okay, cool. From a guy's perspective,
Yeah.
I think share with us what the red flags are. You can start with my particular story, and also just in general, what are some red flags that girls miss or have missed? Have you pulled a lady along who she thought it's a real thing and you were just like not even there?
So I think, just on a general note, I think one of the biggest things is that I think things have to be communicated. And I think a lot of times when you're dating and when you're young, it's like you get into this thing where you're just kind of cruising and you feel like we're on the same page.
Yeah.
But until something is actually spoken and put out there, like in words, it's not really real. Like,
is this from a guy's perspective?
I just think generally. But I'm speaking from a guy's perspective. So I'll say, I mean, I know for a fact, for me, like, if I haven't said Gutisia Jola, as joy.
Senzani, how are we seeing each other, kissing, doing all sorts of things?
But like dating in a sense of we're getting to know each other. We're not in a relationship. So I feel like sometimes as this is how just
okay,
how
I'm
I
listening.
feel.
I'm not
like,
fighting.
I feel
I'm
like you
listening.
have to ask someone out,
Yeah.
and you have to then discuss what the relationship is about. Obviously, this is stuff that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I think in an ideal world, I think you should sit down with your partner
Yeah,
and say,
what
yo,
are we doing?
okay, we're getting into a relationship. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
it can mean different things for a lot of people.
Okay, so in our instance, he called me umfazi wakhe. Like,
Look, that's
It was
just,
official, and
That's
now-
just, you know what? It's baby talk. Not baby talk. It's like,
What kind of
Ilona,
baby
he's been
talk is that?
He's been romantic. He's like, yo, baby
so what do you
girl,
think he was doing at the time? Because I
Ngami.
was convinced that this is a real relationship,
I
and
think,
he
I think in this, your situation sounds like he knew that he was stringing you along. That's probably
Yeah,
why
he
he
did
was
know.
saying all those things. But he had not, I don't think he had asked you out.
he did.
I think you guys were just seeing each other, but I don't think he had asked. Do you remember a specific time he said, listen, Mpoomy, I know we've been texting back and forth. Mina nawe, I
Okay,
want us
now
to be
that
a
you
thing."
mention it, I don't think I remember him.
So I think
asking.
he was just stringing you along, and I think he might have liked your attention on certain times. Maybe you understand. Number one, like you.
I
were,
give good conversation.
Yeah, you gave him good conversations.
Okay.
And so I think it's that. But I think another red flag would be, like just not. I feel like if I was a female,
Yeah.
I would just put my expectations out there immediately.
But it scares
I
guys
know.
away.
No. I
No?
think it scares girls more because I think that girls think that guys are gonna be scared away. In which fact, I think if a guy is scared of you saying, "Look, this is the deal. This is what I expect," then you actually saving yourself a lot of drama like that might occur in the future because you weren't honest in the beginning.
yeah.
So I think it's so important. Even with guys, I think a lot of times we exclude guys because we think guys are all
Don't
the
go
same.
through
But
this, yeah.
guys are different. A lot of guys are different.
Yeah.
And I know that the way I see things is not necessarily a view from men
Yeah.
in particular, but I think just being very honest
Yeah.
and upfront
Saves everybody.
just saves so many people. And I
Yeah.
think that's what made our relationship real.
Yeah.
Because
I was tired.
you were fed up. And so when we came together, it's like I knew what was expected.
Yeah.
And it was up to me to decide, look, can I do this?
Yeah,
Is
or
this
not?
something that I also want?
Yeah.
And
you actually expressed at some point, because actually, this is, I can't do this.
at some point I couldn't.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
was honest to you. I
Yeah.
said, babe, I don't think I can do it.
Yeah, and I think
And-
the good thing is that I was at a point where I was just like, if you don't want to do it, then
Yeah,
bye.
because sometimes we have to allow each other to
Yeah.
find out what's real for us
Yeah.
and what we want.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
so I think a lot of relationships, there's not a lot of communication and honesty. And this is what I was saying in the previous podcast,
Yeah.
Guti. When you're dating, there's a lot of acting that's happening.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fronting. We're all putting up our best foot. No one is actually being like vulnerable.
Themselves, yeah.
And obviously it's not like first date and whatnot. But I think once you guys decide that we are a couple,
Yeah.
that we are in a relationship, then these things need to start to happen, I think, for there to be clarity.
Yeah.
Because what do you always say about a vision, a clear vision?
So if you don't have it written down, or if you don't have the idea clear, even if you've got the thing, you don't even know, you don't
because
recognize.
the vision wasn't clear
was not
from
clear.
the start.
It's blurry. Yeah. I was actually shocked. We were talking to a friend, and he's been taking out this girl, and he's been very romantic and going on dates. And I asked him, like, oh, so how's the relationship going? And he said he's a gentleman. He was like, I haven't asked her out yet. And I'm like, what? But you've been going out for so long. And we actually had this conversation, and it's purely because in most of my relationship, I haven't been pursued like that. And I don't think a lot of girls have gotten to be pursued like that, where a guy actually, and you said it could be an age thing where after a certain age, you're just like, you're not going to ask out someone on the first date. You want to get to know them, then decide, okay.
Because when you're asking them out, you know that that's what it is. We are entering a relationship.
A relationship, yeah.
So now we need to have a clear vision.
Sure, yeah. Have you ever strung someone along?
Of course I have.
Okay, share.
Of course I have.
Why?
I wasn't always this old wise man.
Why were you stringing people along?
Because...
Did you ever string me along?
Trying to think.
The fact that you're thinking about it, it means you have.
I think not when we were dating, when we were texting. Like, remember when we were DMing each other?
Yeah.
That was, I wasn't...
You were bored.
I wasn't really sure, But once I met you...
We hadn't met, though.
Yeah, like, so it wasn't like...
Yeah, but also, I was also wild.
We were just flirting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I want to say, what was the question?
I asked you if you've ever strung someone along.
Was that the question?
Yeah.
I have, yes. But I was going to say, the thing is that, again, and we were talking about this, I think a lot of times with guys, it's acceptable. And it's almost like actually it's expected. And so we fall into a lot of these habits because we grow up and we get advice from, and the same thing with females.
Yeah.
Females get advice from females about males, and males get advice about females from other males.
Yeah.
And so the culture
it's just wrong
is
already.
wrong,
Yeah.
Because, and like I said, like this thing of trying to put everyone in one pot and saying all females are the same or all men are the same. It's not true. I mean, we all want different things essentially, and we all have different values. So our approach has to be unique with every relationship that you enter. So I think with me, I was just trying to please my friends. I was just trying to be a guy,
Yeah.
So I was just kind of living in that world where indota, like doing things that I know I can talk to my friends and they're gonna high five me type of
Is
thing.
that a real thing? Because
it's not like high fives, like we don't actually
I know,
physically...
but I know, like in LO and in life orientation class, they'll be like, don't smoke. People smoke because you want to show off your friends, like the whole peer pressure thing.
Definitely.
Is that a real thing with guys
Definitely.
where you will want to almost hurt someone or string someone along just so that you can have a story to tell?
It's not like that. It's not,
Okay.
you're not doing it because it's a story to tell, but it is accepted and it's expected, like I said, and it is in a way cool to act like that. Like I know there was times, especially in high school, like I would just be mean to girls because it was cool.
That's so childish.
Like it was that thing. It was pet boy, like really be mean.
Oh my gosh.
so, but like that's just me again. I don't speak for every man.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that I think with relationships, especially when it gets serious, I really think communication is the best thing.
Yeah.
It's
true.
like your best friend. You have to speak up.
Yeah.
You have to put just upfront what you expect.
Yeah. So I want us to just be clear about some of the red flags to notice if someone is not interested in you, if they're just stringing you along.
Yeah.
I'll go first. I think personally, if someone is not making an effort to communicate with you, start by expressing your emotions. Say, hey, I would appreciate a good morning message. This is how it makes me feel, and this is why it's important to me. I appreciate a call every single day. I need to talk to you every day, and that's just how I am. And if someone's not willing to make that effort for you, it just means they're not, like, I think what comes with relationships, with liking someone, is that you're kind of willing to meet them halfway, especially in the beginning of the relationship. You want to go all the way out for someone you really like. So the communication, someone has to want to talk to you at least every day. And then there's being private, and then there's being a secret.
Yeah.
Right? When you're a secret, like everything is just like, you can't even take a picture and umuntu is now worried, go to uyong poster or whatever. Yes, there must be boundaries. Not everybody wants to be on social media, and those have to be discussed. But someone doesn't have to be on edge. Like, it shouldn't be a problem if someone sees me with you. Why are you smiling?
Yeah. No. When you said see, yes, I think with the picture thing, I just think that there are just some people who take pictures very seriously.
What?
There's a lot of people who take pictures like seriously.
Like pictures for Instagram or just a picture?
like just capture. Like I'm a content creator.
Okay,
Like,
yeah,
when we're out on
obviously
a date, I just think generally guys just don't like pictures. I know I don't like pictures.
Yes,
So
I get that.
Mpoomy, Sise Marble. We're at Marble. Rijadijo, like
the
you
oysters,
know,
yeah.
the oysters. And then when you want to take pictures, like it's not nice.
But I just mean, okay, let's say we're at a park and we're lying on the grass, and I just want to take a picture of us to have it as a memory. As a girl, we like that.
You can't remember anymore. Nali amnesia.
Brendan, come on.
Do you have amnesia?
No,
I'm just saying,
I'm
you know,
speaking for my side. I like having pictures as memories.
How far down the relationship is this? Where
Yeah, but not after a month. But
Yeah,
like
what
after
I'm
3 months. Or, no, even after a month. Why don't you want me? What
Okay,
wallpaper? What's
that
your
makes
wallpaper?
sense. Huh?
What's your wallpaper?
At this point,
Yeah.
it's probably Lewis Hamilton.
Oh
or
my
something.
goodness.
I don't know.
Anyway, as I was saying, there's a difference between being private and being a secret. Being a secret is when he's just jumpy,
Yes, true.
or she's just jumpy. They don't want to be seen around you. And then being private is just, you know what, our relationship is still new, not ready to put it out there.
Yeah,
but then
definitely.
you're not going to have a heart attack if someone sees you holding hands.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So communication, the whole secrecy and privacy thing. And then lastly, guys, dates cannot just happen in the bedroom or in the house. Umuntu should make an effort. And it doesn't mean taking you to an expensive restaurant.
It's a red
or
flag if someone is not
It's a red flag if
taking
someone
you on
only...
dates.
Yeah, if someone's not making effort and they only want you to come to their bedroom. The bedroom relationship, every time you go into someone's house.
Okay, I hear you, but
There's parks. Take me to a park. Take me on a. I'm not talking about money or expensive places, but the relationship cannot be a bedroom relationship where a person only wants to date you in their bedroom. We'll understand. And what other red flags, Jay? Yeah, I think that's pretty much my red flags.
Yeah.
You?
pretty much the same. But emphasis on the communication and the privacy one.
Yeah.
For me, when I think about the privacy thing, it's such a fine line.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to misunderstand it. And either for the positive
Today
or
we are
the,
playing.
or
I'm
the
playing
ne-
for the
or
girls team. You're playing for
negative.
the boys team. I can hear it.
Yeah, no, I'm not playing for any team.
Okay.
Mina, I'm the ref.
Okay.
Ningu ref.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that there is people who just, if it's someone who's active on social media and then they don't want you to be posting stuff, right?
I wasn't talking
Then
about
it's weird.
posting.
Yes, but I'm just saying.
Okay, I get you.
Okay, we're talking about private
Yeah.
and secretive.
Yeah.
I'm saying let's look at the patterns
Of a person.
of the person.
Yeah, yeah.
If it's someone who vele, like when you go onto their social networks, there's like one picture on June 16 about Oar Tambo.
Yeah, yeah.
Then okay, maybe this is not the guy.
Yeah.
You know, this is not
Yeah.
the picnic picture
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
You know, he's maybe politically inclined. He's not
Yeah.
about little social stuff.
Yeah.
But if it's someone who really lives in that world and what
Likes
stories, hey
pictures, yeah,
guys,
yeah.
or kushish.
And I have a
Yeah, and then that person doesn't want to have you share, even when you guys are dating like proper.
Yeah.
Then I think then it starts to be like, okay,
Yeah.
because I've never personally, and this is why we're on the same team. You just
Okay.
didn't see. I've never understood why, like I said,
Yeah.
if we are both social people,
Yeah.
and we put out our lives on social media, and we
Yeah.
believe in having a social network. But when it comes to dating, now that's not we don't believe in that.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in a relationship, because I guess the thought of it is, no, if what happens if we break up?
Yeah.
Then I have someone. But if a relationship feels real,
Then you should be. I want to
most
actually.
of the time, I feel like when you in a relationship
Yeah.
and it's serious,
Yeah.
you guys are dating either for marriage or for a lifelong partnership.
Mm.
So if that's the case and that's how you feel, why do you have reserved this what if?
Yeah,
on Kushish?
yeah.
So that's the thing. I've never gotten it. I've never.
I
been
want to
that.
put you on the spot.
Because I was that guy. I knew this was coming.
No. So you posted me.
Yes, I
the
did.
first time you posted me.
Yes,
And then you deleted it.
I did.
And then I asked you why. I hadn't posted you at the time. I didn't ask you to post me.
I wasn't ready.
But then why did you post me? Punale pressure.
They get excitement.
And then I
It was
also
the
said,
excitement, man.
I said, why did you delete the picture? And you said,
My
your mom.
Yes.
What was happening?
So taking the excitement.
Okay. You thought you're ready.
I thought I was ready, but I realized I wasn't ready,
Okay.
and then I took it off.
To protect yourself.
Yes, but to protect myself, my mom really did say, oh, "Come on, baby."
You're like, your Mama Deborah's not on Instagram.
She
Maybe
was. She
Facebook
is
once
now.
a year.
She is, babe.
Yeah.
She still is.
Okay, but I think essentially at the end of the day, everyone has to be comfortable. There's nothing
Yeah,
worse
it's
than
about
forcing
comfort.
someone to
Is-
share you
yes.
as well. Yeah.
So yeah, I think my biggest point, today I'm cutting you so much. I'm sorry.
It's fine. We're having a heated, good conversation.
My biggest point is that you must look at someone's patterns.
Yes.
And if their actions are not aligned with their character, their patterns that they've shown you, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
So if someone, like for instance, if someone is quiet, if it's a shy guy, usbu. Lord, what does that person say? Usbu akon.
Usbu Akona.
So if Usbu Akona doesn't talk a lot, right,
Yeah.
and he's a shy guy, then his actions should reflect that.
Yeah. Kodwa.
Kodwa if Usbu Kulma had to say,
Ngazozalelwe emithingini.
you understand? If it's someone who is an extrovert, but then they say, they can't text you,
Yeah.
or they can't talk to you, or they don't
They
talk
can't
to
call you,
they don't
then
call
it's a
you,
problem,
Then
yeah.
it's a problem
Yeah.
because this is not like, it's not consistent
Yeah.
with who you are.
Yeah.
So those are the red flags.
I think to end this, if you're the one who wrote this question, it means you already know that he's playing you.
If you suspect, guys, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Where there's smoke,
but
there's fire.
it might not be the fire might actually be like a bonfire. Maybe it's there
Babe,
to
come
heat you
on.
up. But it's like, you must just be upfront. Like,
True.
Mina,
And
my
ask the
thing-
question,
just
yeah.
ask. Like, you see, what do you get? What do you lose?
You'll
Is
just be
that-
embarrassed
yeah,
for a
you'll
little
be
bit.
embarrassed, but at least you'll know.
Yeah, at least you know. But I think as women, we've been given an intuition, a gut feeling. It's never failed me. And every time I ignored it, I failed myself. Listen to that gut feeling. And you? What do you say to the guys before I ask?
About what?
I don't know. People who string people along.
Yeah, let's just not.
Well,
Let's
I've
just
never
be
strung
honest.
anyone along, so.
Wow.
Yeah,
Let's just not. Let's just be honest. I just think, I think when you know what you want, you should be honest.
Yeah.
And you should put it out there. Because, this is why I'm fighting for my gender.
Okay.
I get so many DMs from a lot of good guys
Yeah.
that they don't know how to
Be better.
not to be better, but also they don't know how to communicate that they are different, that they're not like that.
I get you.
You understand?
Yeah.
And I see it, and I realize that there is a lot of good men.
Yeah.
Like, not all men are trash.
Yeah.
There is some good men.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of we just need to learn to communicate,
Yeah.
because, like, for instance, like, I feel like sometimes we know what we want, but when we see it, we can't recognize it. And so it's just kind of learning to have us speak a language that we can all understand in a world where, like, we all have our different preferences.
And that's why we have these conversations. They're
Yeah.
not just for women, they're for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into our question, our Q&A segment. These are anonymous. You can send your email to info@ourlovejourney.co.za. Okay, hi Mpoomy and Brennan. A couple of months ago, I got into a relationship with someone who I had already known. The relationship is great and we communicate a lot, although some days are better than others. We stay in 2 different cities and we're obviously long distance. We have spoken about trusting each other and all that, but I sometimes have insecurities, especially because he stays in Johannesburg. Please advise on how I can work on these insecurities because I don't want them ruining things for us in the long run.
I need to start by saying I'm not a qualified psychologist, advisor. But I would say if you have insecurities, it's why.
Okay.
What is it that is raising those insecurities?
Yeah.
And if you find that why, a lot of times you'll have your answer.
Okay. That's a
Yeah.
good point. That's a good point. I think also, Brendan's absolutely right. I think when you get into a new relationship, yes, there are those insecurities because of old relationships, but you can't get into a new relationship with the mindset or the past or the hurts of the past relationship. Then it just means you're simply not ready for a new relationship.
Yes.
But if you, let's say you've been hurt and you have a whole lot of trust issues, I think if you're in a good, solid relationship, you can express to the person that, hey, I have trust issues because so-and-so did this and this. And a way that you can help me overcome them is maybe communicate when you are going to a certain place. Communicate when you're going to bed.
Yeah.
Let's strengthen our communication. But I think essentially it goes back to what we were saying, Guti. Be honest, be upfront with someone. Because if you keep nagging someone and they don't know that you're insecure because of this, then to them they just like, Kanti, what are we doing here? You're childish. But if you tell someone and say, this is why I'm insecure, then I think if someone really cares, if he cares about you, then he can empathize and help you overcome your insecurity.
That's true. That's 100% true. And I think with what you said, Uguti, if it's not based on past experiences, then shuti there's something that you're seeing that is inconsistent.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I just think it's that thing. Communication
Speak to a
literally
person.
is the most important thing in relationships. Like, I cannot stress enough. Speak to the person and say, okay, maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is what's happening.
Yeah.
This is what I'm seeing and whatnot. And then the person will reassure you and be like, oh, no, that's not that. You know, this is my sister.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah,
And
you never know.
yeah. So I think be honest, communicate. And another thing that I wanted to mention, Guti, like for me, I'm a morning person and I expected when we were dating, I expected a good morning message by 8 o'clock. And you wake up at the time, used to wake up at like 11 o'clock and I'd be furious and think this guy doesn't care about me. Only to find that this guy wakes up at 11. He's sleeping. He's not up. And it was just an ongoing battle where I'm insecure, thinking my own things. Kantu muntu ulele. And you just had to say, hey, dude, this is what I like. So listen, guys.
I was snoring.
Speak to your people. And this is our love journey. We love hanging out with you. Don't forget to leave a review, spread the message, and let's have a healthy conversation.
Yeah, and if you're watching this on YouTube, do like and subscribe and stay notified.
And keep it positive.
Cheers, guys.
This is our love story. This is our journey.